Hi, welcome back. What I'd like to do in this session is make the background a little bit more interesting. Maybe something a little bit more exciting like this, so it's not so dull and boring and flat. So let's get underway. Now, one of the first things you need to do is actually find free photos. So I'm using Pixels, where there's a lot of free content on here, and I've done a search for music. In here you can find lots of different musical things, and what we're going to do is download an image. So I've scrolled down and I've found this image here by Laura Stanley. I'm just going to click on that now, and I'm just going to get the free download. Now you need to set a link back to the photo, so that's important if you're going to create a commercial website. I'm just going to be using this at the moment just for demonstration purposes. Once I've downloaded the image, I'm going to place that on my desktop. What I'm going to do is place the image into my image folder. Now this is the raw image, and you'll notice that it's 1.2 megabytes in size. This might be a little bit large for people to use on a web page, because as they download this, they're going to have to pull this down on mobile devices, etc. So it's a good idea to make it as efficient as possible. To do this, I'm going to open it in Photoshop. Once again, I know some people don't have Photoshop, and there are some free software that you can also resize in. So what I'm going to do now is go to File, and I'm just going to go Export and Export As. Because what I'm aiming to do is to reduce the size of the file. 9.4 megs as a PNG. Also the size of it is 3000 by 4000 in size. So let's just reduce this down. I know the width of my site is going to be about 1024. So let's reduce it down by that. You know it's at 1.7. We could even go a little bit smaller and make it 720 wide. And this has moved it down to 905 kilobytes. So let's go with that. And I'm going to click on Export. And in my images, I'm just going to call it Cover Photo or Cover. And save that image. Now once I've done that, you'll notice that the image is a part of my image folder here, and we can see that. And I'd like the image to take up all the background of the screen. So there's two places I can put this image. I can either put it in the body tag, which is the entire background, or I can just put it in my container tag, which is the size of my website. So it's going to be completely up to you. So I've decided to put it inside my container tag, but you can do it inside your body. It's up to you. So let's go about creating that. So I'm just going to close down my files at the moment. Now I know it's going to be inside a container, and I've got a background light grey. So the first thing I'll do is turn that off and comment that out. And then I want to put in the background image. Now you can see that there's some settings for this. Now because I'm using a background image, I need to use a URL. But it's not found on the internet. You can link to the internet if you'd like. I've actually got it on my computer, and it's inside a folder. And much the same as what we did before, I can then index that to cover PNG. So it's using a local path to it, local to the site. And I can save that. Now when I have a look, you can actually see the transparent objects are now standing out. Now you can see the image is actually repeated. You can see one part here and another one there. So let's put some more controls in for our image. First of all, let's declare the background image as a cover. So its size is going to be a cover, and we're going to save that. You can see that we've lost a bit of the repeat of that. We can definitely stop the repeat by going background, repeat, and then we can actually tell it we want no repeat. And therefore, it'll only give us one copy of that. The other thing we want to do with the image is always make sure it's centered. So we're going to go background, position, and we're going to make sure that it's centered. And save that. So when we have a look now, we know that there's going to be no repeats. We know that it's going to be centered, and the browser knows it's a cover image. You can also see that the background now is white. So let's correct that. So to do that, we mentioned before it's part of the body tag. I always have the body tag right at the top, because this is governance tag that covers the whole DOM of the website. So anything that's on the visible page. And what we want to do is just set the background color. And I want to set this to a black. So, and just save that. Now you can see it's a little bit more effective. Alright, that's how we can put images in the background of our web pages. If you found the tutorial useful, give it a like, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also have a look around for other useful tutorials on developing websites.